here with Brandon Flowers in New York City at the Highline Ballroom. He's about to perform a pretty amazing show. We're very stoked, and he gave me a few moments to sit down and do a little interview. You ready?
Yes.
All right, let's start about your album, because I actually got to listen to it, and I think it's amazing.
Thanks.
It's a very rock and roll record. Named after a Flamingo Road in Las Vegas, which is your hometown.
Yep.
What do you connect with most in Vegas?
There's always been an excitement about the Strip for me. And when I was a kid, when family members were coming over, it was a big thrill to take them to the newest, greatest, latest thing that was happening on the Strip. It'd be the Luxor or Mirage, and volcanoes were erupting, and I still get that nostalgic kind of thrill about the Strip. But then as I get older, it's more about the desert. I love the Mojave Desert, I guess.
And the opening track on the album, Welcome to Las Vegas, definitely paints a much darker picture of the town.
Yeah.
Is it from your past experiences, or is it more of a reflection of what you observed?
It's more of a reflection, I guess. And it's, you know, we all have the members of our family who have gone down the wrong road in Las Vegas.
Sure.
And so it's you know, it's something that I'm still close to. I'm not too far separated from, and so I was able to, I think, write a decent story about it.
You've said that when you wrote these songs, you had them in mind as a Killers album, but due to the band's hiatus at the moment, you decided to put it out. Is there a reason that you didn't wait for them, that you had an urge to put this material out now?
I think it's actually I think it's better for everybody. If I waited, I would be still writing more songs, and they would just be adding up, and then I'd, you know, when it came time for the next Killers record, I'd have, you know, 40 or 50 songs, and I think that would just be silly.
Well, it worked out really good. The album sounds awesome. Let's talk about Crossfire and your video for the single. So in the video, you are captured by ninjas, you're tied down, and Charlize Theron comes out and saves your life. You know, I too have had this fantasy, and I think many other people have as well, and I just want to know how you tapped into our fantasies and made it a reality.
We knew Charlize, you know, was a fan, and she's been kind before and come to gigs, and she mentioned that she liked this guy Nash Edgerton. He's a director. Once we got him on board, I just kind of let him run with it, and you got to have faith in these people. That's their job, and he's got a history in being a stuntman, and he incorporates that into his videos. It's really cool, I think.
We watched some of the footage of like backstage footage or to this shoot, and you look like you're having a lovely time hanging around in a straitjacket. Was that a comfortable experience? Tell me about the shoot.
I actually like being confined.
I hear you. Me too.
I like being, I don't know what it is, so I feel very secure. Maybe it's womb-like.
That's a very interesting way of putting it. The production for this album was pretty hardcore. You had 3 huge producers. I mean, Stuart Price is huge in the dance music community. He also produced your last record as well. You had Daniel Lanois and Brendan O'Brien. They're big in the rock and roll industry. Why did you decide on these 3 people from 2 completely different genres, and what did they bring to the table for this album?
The initial idea was it was going to be more synth-driven pop songs. Me and Stuart share those same influences, and I just couldn't make it happen. The songs that kept coming out were more roots-oriented and more organic sounding, and me and Stuart both needed help in that department. And the first person that came to mind was Daniel Lanois, because he loves homegrown roots music, but he's very ambitious, and he wants to take it into the 21st century and beyond. He just seemed to be the perfect fit, and I'm happy that he joined the team.
And then Brendan.
Then we thought we were done with the record. Everybody kind of went home, and I wrote a couple more songs. And so instead of having them come back to Las Vegas from London, and Lanois was already working on another record, so I called up Brendan O'Brien, who's done some of my favorite stuff. And again, I'm just kind of lucked out, and he came to Las Vegas and recorded Crossfire and Magdalena and Welcome to Fabulous Las Vegas.
How is this different for you doing it all by yourself? Not just the part of being, you know, singer-songwriter, but also promoting the album, going out and being all alone. Do you feel vulnerable or without your band, or is it kind of like liberating for you?
I feel pretty strange getting up there without the other guys, and it feels like I'm going backwards. You know, playing small rooms, playing songs that people aren't familiar with. it's nice to step on stage with the Killers and have an arsenal of hits.
Right.
And it's a luxury, and we've earned it. But so I don't know why I don't know why I'm doing this.
I was going to ask you, why did you decide to do small clubs? And so, I mean, your name alone bears quite a weight.
I love music, and these songs deserve to be heard. I'm excited for the album to come out.
What's your favorite thing about performing live, small or large capacity?
Sometimes there's great things happen. In particular, there's a song called "Playing with Fire" on this new album that took on a new life live already. It's already become something special. So that's exciting to have happen every now and then. And it's exciting just to be on stage. I love performing. I think that's the Las Vegas in me.
What is your earliest memory of playing music or performing music?
My great-grandma, Dixie, came to live with us, and she was in her 90s, and she brought a piano with her. That's when I started taking piano lessons, and that would have been the first time I probably played on anything, I guess.
You think that's when you figured that this is something you wanted to do?
No. I didn't know that till I was about 20 years old.
What was the revelation that you were like, this is it, this is my calling?
I've never got good grades. It was either this or just be a valet parker, or at a
This
casino,
is a much smarter option.
or a waiter or something. Because I like that environment and the running around and earning tips and the hustle and bustle of Las Vegas. I do kind of enjoy that. So it all worked out for me here.
Indeed it did. Indeed it did. What would you say is your greatest inspiration for writing music anyway? Is it the things around you or your internal experiences?
It used to be just the love for music and the music that inspired me and that I loved when I was growing up. Just made me want to do it, I guess.
And I read that your older brother got you into a lot of the music you were into when you were young, The Cure and The Smiths, etc.
Yeah.
There must have been a band or two that you discovered all on your own. What bands were those?
Those came in a lot later stages in my life. I went through this love of new wave and Britpop and a lot of British rock, and somewhere in my early 20s I started listening more to people like Bruce Springsteen and Tom Petty, and it had a big impact on me. And it's still something I'm learning about and still something that I'm kind of diving into, and even though they're kind of household names, for me it was fresh and it's still exciting.
You're a father now. You have 2 young kids. What kind of music do you play for your children?
They have these lullaby rock albums, and they have everything from U2 to the Beatles to Zeppelin. I mean, they have everything. They're really great, and they just play them on marimbas and things and play the songs. And the kids just shut up as soon as it turns on. I think it's those instruments do something in the lullaby factor, but it's nice that you're giving them some kind of direction early on.
Where are the Killers at this point? Is it kind of like a break that you don't really know where it's going to end, or is there any plans for getting back together soon?
We have no scheduled date of when we're going back to the studio, but I'm assuming it's going to be in 2011.
Brandon, thank you so much for the interview. Brandon Flowers will be performing here tonight at the Highline Ballroom, and the new album Flamingo comes out September 14th. Check it out.